Today's video is brought to you by Portrait Mode. This video is a little different than usual, because we will start this video on the place where my videos usually end, my desk, and end this video where my videos usually start, with loading my film into my camera on location. In photography videos like these, it all appears so easy and so fast. You press the shutter and half a second later you can see the image on the screen. In reality though, there is many steps in between, from developing, scanning and cleaning up my images to hours after hours of arranging and cutting all the footage. So, to switch up the routine a little bit, I decided to construct this video the other way around, working our way backwards through the timeline, starting at my desk where I see my images for the first time, and then beginning with the last frame I shot and going all the way back to my first shot of this roll. Actually, this time I decided to send my film to a lab because I'm in the middle of moving and I don't have all my developing equipment at hand. So to pass the waiting time for the files to arrive, I usually already watch and pre-cut all my footage. Exciting! I have been looking through the footage and started editing this video when I got an email from my lab with my photos, which is really nice. And if we have photos, we will have a video, and if we don't, we don't. But since you are watching this, obviously, I assume we have images and we have a video. So yeah, this is better than Christmas. This is really exciting. I love this part, maybe even more than developing myself and having to patiently wait frame by frame for my images to appear. So yeah, let's get to work. We have images, and my first impression, my favorites are number 15, 11 and 4, and I can't wait to hear what you say once you see them. But yeah, some time back I have been in Copenhagen and visited some friends, and one evening I had an hour to spare, so of course I wanted to use that to do some photography and take some photos on the streets. So I took my Hasselblad XPAN with me, and there began the race against the rapidly fading light. So, let's travel back in time to Copenhagen. So today we are going to shoot some Spätlight 800T, which is pretty much the same thing as Still 800T in a self-made version by Berlin-based film lab Safelight Berlin. And as you can see, the roll of film is already full, so I would say, let's start shooting. Really early, I decided to push this film, so I usually rate my 800T at ISO 500, so I decided to rate it at 500 and push it one stop, which means that I am going to shoot it at ISO 1000 and hope that the light will be good enough for some time. Let's stop right here for a moment, because it was a really good idea to push my film by a stop in regards of the fast disappearance of light. However, it would have been an even better idea to also execute this idea, because in fact I forgot to tell my lab to push my film by a stop, which means that all of my images are underexposed, at least by a stop. But I think they are still usable, and in fact I'm not too mad about it this time, because I think that the underexposure kind of adds something to the gloomy night dark atmosphere of Copenhagen in the evening. So let's roll with it. Even though I planned to expose this roll at ISO 1000, the lighting conditions of the Danish winter were super challenging. The 45mm lens of the XPAN has the brightest aperture of F4, so I had to shoot shutter speeds of 1/60th or even 1/30th handheld, which might be visible in the motion blur of some images. If you think that the film Spätlight 800T sounds unfamiliar to you, you are probably right. Spätlight 800T is, or rather was, a limited number DIY film by Safelight Berlin, where they manually removed the ramjet layer of Kodak Vision motion picture film. However, some of the rolls were faulty, which resulted in blue streaks all over the film base. Even though this was not a planned effect, it's kind of fun to play the gambling game to see if this roll I got here is affected as well. In the end, the effect on this roll was rather subtle. You can see some blue streaks here and there, but nothing major. Can I take a photo of this rose here? Is it okay? Yeah, thanks. I would like to take a moment to thank Portrait Mode for sponsoring this video. Unlike the name might suggest, Portrait Mode is a platform for street photographers, where you can upload your photos to showcase your work, build your portfolio, and also connect to other street photographers from all over the world. What I especially like about Portrait Mode is that it supports various aspect ratios. Your images do not get cropped or no annoying borders are added, which is perfect for more unusual aspect ratios like the panoramic format of the XPAN. The website is completely free to use, so if that's anything you'd be interested in, you can check out the link in the description box down below. So you made it to the end of the video, which means that I made it to the beginning of the video, which means that I have to load in my film, of course. So we're gonna do that. So thanks for watching and see you in the next one.